years ago, we clearly also realized that increasingly our audiences were consuming our content on other platforms, particularly digital, so websites, social media, as well as ground. So we clearly decided that pretty much in line with some of our more evolved markets, that we need to start looking aggressively at tapping into those audiences as well. So we've changed our mission statement and said, okay, now we've no more going to be focusing on being an admired magazine company, but let's become an admired multimedia company. And soon after that, we said, hey, let's reinvent it once more, and said, just not about multimedia. There are other aspects of the business that give us access. So we are extending our brand in markets. We're doing in other places, restaurants. We're doing a fashion school in the UK. So should we explore and look at it? So we're at that stage today. We are really reinventing ourselves. Our core business continues to grow very, very, very aggressively. We've had a particularly good year this year, but that's given us the confidence to really push the innovation agenda. Today, the kind of audiences that we deliver significantly enhances the reach of our brands. And obviously our advertisers want to participate with those, on those platforms and connect with those audiences. Plus, actually, those platforms help our core business grow as well. So, for instance, we've seen increasingly our circulation and subscription growing because of the connection that digital media gives to new audiences. We've obviously focused on the websites, which is the main platform, but we've been very encouraged by the kind of response that we're getting on social media. So, for instance, if you were at the GQ Men of the Year Awards a couple of days ago, you would find that everything from Google Plus to Instagram to Facebook to YouTube, we had the whole gamut of social media efforts simultaneously being rolled out, which really made this into a multimedia event, particularly considering the fact that it was going to play out in Star World in a few weeks' time, and then of course the print version itself. So I think we are very, very clearly, while we are a monopoly in the print business within our space, as far as digital is concerned, we're just probably the only players in a sense playing a slightly more evangelizing role, and that might come as surprising given the fact that most players around the world should have been far down the line given the kind of audiences which are consuming digital. But I guess India is a different story. Very, very low CPMs, very undiscounted, undervalued space, and we are set to change that and work on it over the next few years. It was a natural extension of the fact that when people saw the content we were creating for ourselves, sooner or later, it was but natural for them to come to and say, hey, but do you think you could create a shoot for us like the way you did in the last Vogue issue? And particularly when we started doing video content, digital content, many brands, especially in the premium and luxury segment, found that they couldn't find the right partners to create that quality of content. So when they came to us, we said, sure, and we were able to create content across 3 different streams. So we could do white label content, which we create for them and they run it on their respective platforms. We could do co-branded content where we partner, where for instance, it could be a powered by Condé Nast Traveler, or it could be a GQ association. And the third is, which is really branded content. So we could do it in any one of these 3 ways. And so far it's been an offering for our existing advertisers. It's been more by accident than by design, where people have been approaching us. But we felt it was probably worthwhile exploring a slightly more formal resource that we create, and we're in the process of actually putting that together and making it a formal offering.